Good evening, I'm Stephanie Seacos. It's Wednesday, August 12th. This is CTV News at 11:30. Tonight, disheartening discovery. A piece of a monument dedicated to 3 RCMP officers killed in the line of duty has been stolen. Then eyes on the sky. The exciting celestial events visible in the Maritimes. And later, collection concerns. The questions being raised over a lack of blood donation centers in Cape Breton while demand is higher than ever.
Live from our Maritimes News Center, this is CTV News. Here is Stephanie Seacos.
Thanks for joining us. Bruce Frisco is off tonight. We begin tonight with a developing story out of New Brunswick. There has been a fire retardant spill along a northeastern highway, leaving behind a brightly colored solution. The spill happened on the northbound lanes of Route 11 between Charlot and Jacquet River. According to the province, the solution, which is used to slow or stop the spread of fire, consists of ammonium polyphosphate, which is a fertilizer-type phosphate salt. The province is reviewing any potential impacts to people or the environment. Officials say in the meantime, the public should avoid direct contact with the substance. A piece of a monument dedicated to 3 RCMP officers who were killed in the line of duty in Moncton in 2014 has been stolen. Nadine Larsh told CTV News she was visiting the statue of her late husband, Constable Doug Larsh, this morning when she noticed one of the 12 bronze maple leaves that wrap around the monument was missing. Larsh says she can't fathom why anyone would do such a thing.
I'm very angry that somebody came here and stole one of the bronze maple leaves from the base of the monument. And we all put our thumbprints in the base of the monument on the leaves to kind of leave our prints there for forever.
The monument was built to honor Constables Doug Larsh, Dave Ross, and Fabrice Givaudan, who were shot and killed by a gunman in Moncton on June 4th, 2014. RCMP are investigating the theft and looking for any video surveillance from the area. Police are investigating a shooting at a homeless encampment in Dartmouth. Halifax police received a call around 2:30 this afternoon about a man suffering from a gunshot wound in Green Road Park, a designated encampment site. The man was rushed to hospital with serious injuries. No word on whether any arrests have been made, though police say they do not believe this was a random incident. The man accused of making a bomb threat in Halifax on Monday will be back in court on Friday. 54-year-old Ali Asakara faces charges of uttering threats and public mischief after a bomb threat was made to the U.S. consulate in Purdy's Wharf, which caused the evacuation of nearby streets. Police later said there was no threat and the roads reopened. The accused was set to appear in Halifax Provincial Court yesterday and today, but both hearings were adjourned.
We're still waiting for the police to complete their investigation. The relevant facts, pertinent facts that could still be there, they're important to both the Crown and defense. So just waiting till Friday to allow that investigation to continue so that we have more information.
He is scheduled to be back in Halifax court at 9:30 Friday morning.
Get the Maritime's top stories, breaking news alerts, and watch live. Download the CTV News app.
All eyes turned skyward today with 2 celestial events taking place. CTV's Jonathan McGinnis takes a look at who watched the partial solar eclipse this afternoon and who is preparing for the Perseid meteor shower tonight.
For Act 1, people gathered on the lawn at St. Mary's University this afternoon to view the partial solar eclipse.
What we should see is, once again, a little bite taken out of the sun. We should be able to see some solar activity.
Eclipse glasses were provided, and solar telescopes allowed for a close-up look at the moon's passage between the Earth and the sun. Some brought their own homemade viewing device.
Tin foil, a needle, and cut a hole in it.
Unlike in 2024, today's eclipse didn't cover the whole sun. Only about 35% was blocked. But similar to 2024, the Maritimes was one of the best places to view the event. Once the sun goes down, the night sky will be the backdrop for the peak of the Perseid meteor shower, one of the most active meteor showers of the year, as the Earth passes through the debris from the comet Swift-Tuttle.
Estimates are about 60 to 100 per hour if you're in very dark skies, and that's across the whole sky.
St. Mary's University astronomy technician Tiffany Fields says the odds of a partial eclipse and the high point of the Perseid meteor shower happening on the same day is unusual.
Solar eclipses happen only once every 1 or 2 years, and so for it to land on the night of a peak of a meteor shower it's pretty rare.
Jonathan McGinnis, CTV News, Halifax.
Some big changes are being introduced this week to how weather alerts are being reported. In particular, warnings for severe thunderstorms and tornadoes. CTV's Nick Moore on how the warnings will, more than ever, hit closer to home.
Severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings issued by Environment and Climate Change Canada are now being issued with more precision. Warnings for these two types of weather used to be issued as broad alerts across a large area, leaving many places with blue skies.
This new system is more targeted, so the forecaster is able to essentially draw a shape like a polygon that encompasses the severe weather threat itself and the areas that are likely to be directly impacted by it.
Giselle Dukey is a warning preparedness meteorologist with Environment Canada and says the goal isn't only to narrow the warning area, but also cut down on the number of weather alerts popping up on people's smartphones, also known as alert fatigue.
It's a big concern because especially if we have a tornado that's imminent or occurring in the region, you don't want anyone to take that risk lightly. So at least when now there's a targeted warning that's coming towards the public, they'll see this warning and be like, let's take a look at the safety information. Is it near me? Is it coming towards me?
This is an excellent change to our warning system here in Canada.
CTV meteorologist Kaylin Mitchell.
It basically means that we're going to get fewer instances where severe thunderstorm warnings or tornado warnings are issued for communities or people who were getting them before, where that severe weather is not actually, in fact, in proximity or moving in.
The change from broad to targeted warnings only applied to severe thunderstorms and tornadoes.
This all goes back to just how highly localized both severe thunderstorm warnings and tornadoes are. Very localized events. You know, they hit one community but miss one up the road.
For the time being, Environment Canada is making both zone-based and polygon warnings available for severe thunderstorm and tornado warnings, allowing time for third weather platforms to make the change. Nick Moore, CTV News, Fredericton.
An announcement in Halifax today from the federal government on climate resilience projects in 128 communities across Canada. Several of those projects are being developed in Nova Scotia. According to the government, these projects are being supported by the Green Municipal Fund's Local Leadership for Climate Adaptation initiative. One of these projects is in the Halifax Region Municipality, which will implement cooling measures in parks.
I'm very proud to announce that our government is investing over $34 million to support 128 communities from coast to coast to coast to strengthen their climate resilience and protect Canadians.
With this funding of $785,380, we are appreciative of every penny here at HRM. We will build shade structures and drinking water access in our parks.
The 141 projects that we're announcing today look at different designs, whether it's a wharf upgrade in the town of Woody Point, Newfoundland, the misting stations in Victoria, BC, the erosion control in Barrie, Ontario, or the extreme heat mitigation for 16 community parks right here in Halifax.
The timeline and the actual parks that will see the improvements will be announced at a later date. An unscheduled price adjustment meant drivers were paying more at the pumps today in Nova Scotia and New Brunswick. In Nova Scotia Zone 1, gas increased by 6.5 cents overnight. The minimum price is now $1.77 a liter. Diesel in the Halifax area increased by 9.3 cents a liter. The minimum price is now $2.29.3. In New Brunswick, the price of gas did not change. It rests at a maximum price of $1.79.8 a liter. However, diesel did increase in New Brunswick by 4 cents a liter. The maximum price is now $2.39.6. Prices on PEI will undergo an unscheduled adjustment in about 20 minutes' time. Still to come tonight, Kaylin Mitchell will join us with the full maritime weather forecast, including when we'll see some rain. But next, raising the roof.
It does make sense for the province to go this method of construction.
A new public housing project in Nova Scotia is nearly complete. We'll have that story after the break.
Mornings with Aaron and Peter.
10 questions, 60 seconds. If you know all the answers, you're winning $1,000.
We play $1,000 Minute every weekday at 7 a.m.
A new public housing project in Lower Sackville, Nova Scotia is nearing completion. Most of the building for the 22-unit structure happened off-site. The province says modular construction projects like this will help get more housing built faster. CTV's Jesse Thomas has more.
They were raising the roof. Literally, it was being lifted into place by a giant crane, marking the near completion of this modular construction project that will soon be new public housing, offering rent geared to income at this 22-unit building in Lower Sackville.
I think it does make sense for the province to go this method of construction. Looking at cost, you're looking at a product that, highly efficient.
The construction and development of this project comes with a price tag of around $12.1 million. Modular construction is seen as a vital part of the province's plan to build 515 new public housing units,
which is the biggest announcement in the province history, and we're just about 300 right now that are various degrees of construction, such as this one.
While construction ramps up here on Old Beaverbank Road, there's still 3 to 4 months of work to go before tenants move in. This building is actually 76 modular units, all tied together.
We were shipping roughly 6 to 9 boxes a day, which allowed us to set continuously on a daily trend.
These modular units are built off-site in Trenton at the East Cut warehouse and then brought here and assembled on site. The province says this can cut down on construction time and costs, which is an important advantage they're looking for in order to grow the public housing stock. An indicator of the speed is this construction site was nearly empty 4 weeks ago with only a foundation in place.
There's another 22-unit building that's very similar to this one in Glace Bay, and there's 30 units going up in Kentville right now. The modular units really are making a mark, and it's a sector that is ready to really move and really help with supply of housing.
Jesse Thomas, CTV News, Lower Sackville, Nova Scotia.
The future of a New Brunswick environmental fund is in question tonight, raising concerns for researchers and local watershed associations. CTV's Anna Mandan reports on why and the impact it could have on blue-green algae research.
The future of New Brunswick's Environmental Trust Fund and many watershed associations around the province are at risk. Environment Minister Gilles Lepage says the province has secured funding for next year, but he cannot confirm beyond then.
We have to find the funds somewhere. So we're trying to find some solutions within our department and within our partners.
That's a concern for many environmental groups, like the Hammond River Angling Association, which is devoted to preserving the Hammond River watershed.
If the funding does not continue, the overall impact would be really, really large. For some of the smaller organizations, this could include a significant decrease in staffing capacity or potential to not run their organization at all.
Something she says could impact habitat restoration, wildlife protection, and natural infrastructure upgrades. Watershed associations also contribute to cyanobacteria or blue-green algae monitoring. A research scientist with the Canadian Rivers Institute says that plays an important role in her research.
It's not just my work, it's the ability to work with other people and the ability for science to be able to reach the public and these other groups that are doing the same type of work.
It's not just watersheds. The fund supports a variety of programs, including conservation, waste management, and environmental awareness initiatives. Its importance is not lost on Lepage.
I've been working with the watershed associations prior to being minister when I was critic of environment, and that's what we heard. They need sustainable financial contributions and partnership.
He says $7.5 million is available for funding next year. Anna Mandan, CTV News, Fredericton.
Time for a quick break. When we return, we'll have your complete maritime weather forecast. But first, we saw a stunning sunset this evening in Halifax with just a few clouds. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Meteorologist Kaylin Mitchell joins us now with your maritime weather forecast. And we heard earlier in the show about the Perseid meteor shower that's kind of happening now or in the next few hours. Look, good conditions for that tonight.
Yeah, viewing conditions are cooperative in the Maritimes. There's a few clouds around, but there's also some clear breaks in that night sky as well. If anybody's trying to catch that meteor shower, you of course want to get away from any community lights. You want to find a dark spot, as wide open view of the night sky as you can possibly get. Gaze off towards the north and northeast. You might need a little bit of patience as well, but at its peak, this meteor shower has been known to produce 50 to 100 meteors an hour if you are in an area with very dark conditions. Now, taking a look at the forecast ahead of us for tomorrow, weather conditions are going to be turning a little bit more unsettled because we're going to have this trough of low pressure that's currently in place back over the St. Lawrence River Valley moving in. And with that trough of low pressure is going to come some increased cloudiness throughout the day on Thursday, followed up by some scattered showers with a risk that some of those showers could develop into some thunderstorms. Chances of thunderstorms tomorrow are highest in the province of New Brunswick as well as western areas of Nova Scotia. That trough of low pressure then moves further towards the northeast of the Maritimes for Friday, and that means for the very end of the week, the highest chance of a shower or thunderstorm will be a little bit further east in the Maritimes, eastern areas of New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, and the east of Nova Scotia. Any thunderstorms that do develop will bring hazards such as lightning and a risk of some downpours. Taking a look at winds in the forecast for tomorrow, they're going to be out of the west and southwest for the region. They will be sustained 10 to 20 kilometers per hour with some gusts between 20 and 40. Low temperatures for tonight will be mostly around the low to mid-teens for the Maritimes, pretty comfortable. And high temperatures for tomorrow in communities in the north of New Brunswick, low to mid-20s, including 21 at Plaster Rock and Grand Falls and 25 at Bathurst and Miramichi. 24 for Fredericton and St. John for tomorrow, 25 degrees for Moncton in the southeast. For Prince Edward Island, high temperatures will be near 24 for Cavendish and Summerside, 25 for Charlottetown and Montague, and then 23 for St. Peter's Bay and Surrey. Cape Breton, high temperatures tomorrow, 26 for Sydney, Baddeck, Port Hawkesbury, 23 degrees at St. Peter's and Shettycamp. For the north shore of mainland Nova Scotia, New Glasgow and Antigonish near 26, and on the eastern shore, Ecum near 24 and 25 at Sheet Harbour. 25 for Amherst, 26 for Truro, city centres Halifax and Dartmouth, the high temperature near 25 degrees. In the Annapolis Valley, warm day for tomorrow, but again some scattered showers with a risk of some thunderstorms. And on the south shore of Nova Scotia, temperatures mostly in the low 20s. Taking a look at the extended forecast, beginning with New Brunswick. Further chance of a shower or thunderstorm on Friday, but mostly for eastern parts of the province. And then it's a sunny start to the upcoming weekend and fairly warm temperatures expected both Saturday and Sunday. Highs mostly around the mid-20s. Chance of showers at the start of next week is followed by fair weather conditions for Tuesday and Wednesday. For Nova Scotia and the outlook coming up on Friday, I've got isolated showers there, risk of a thunderstorm. It's mostly for eastern parts of the province. And then on Saturday, it'll be sunny and warm. Sunday, a mix of sun and cloud. That's followed by a chance of showers Monday into Tuesday of next week. Not raining nonstop both those days. It's like a Monday into Tuesday chance of showers. And then Wednesday, a mix of sun and cloud. And for Prince Edward Island, the forecast coming up on Friday. Chance of a shower, risk of a thunderstorm, but a sunny start to the weekend. A mix of sun and cloud on Sunday. That's followed by a chance of those showers Monday to Tuesday of next week, and a mix of sun and cloud on Wednesday. Stephanie.
Thanks, Kaylin. We'll take a short break now. Stay with us. Welcome back. We often hear about the growing need for blood donations, but for more than a decade now, people on Cape Breton have largely had to travel to give. And recently, efforts to hold collection in a community trying to help a young cancer patient have hit roadblocks too. Here's CTV's Ryan McDonald.
They say that it's in you to give, and recently some people living in the Marguerite area have had good reason to want to donate blood.
It was a child that was going through leukemia treatment.
Angie Carroll and some others who live along the Cabot Trail wanted to host a blood donor afternoon in their community. They contacted Canadian Blood Services but were told it wouldn't work.
I called and various times and we tried to, they said no, that we were not close enough. Any place that was local was not close enough for them to get a safe supply of blood to wherever they wanted it.
It's pretty discouraging, particularly because after you give, then you get spammed with the, you know, it's in you to give, it's in you to give, it's in you to give, you should give again, you're allowed to give again. But yeah, it's very inconvenient.
Despite any inconvenience, Cyril McDonald has managed to donate in almost every province since the blood donor clinic in Sydney was closed in 2015. At the time, the area's population was in sharp decline, but McDonald figures it has rebounded enough that a clinic here might once again be sustainable.
I would say CBRM and certainly Cape Breton Island has the population to support it.
In a statement, Canadian Blood Services said while they are grateful for the ongoing and growing support for blood donation in Sydney, decisions on where mobile donation events are held or new centres open are made nationally and consider factors including labour and transportation costs, distance to the nearest production site, and overall system efficiency.
I think it's terrible. I think they're losing a lot of rural people that would donate blood. If they're short on blood donations, they're losing a whole population that could give blood.
For the foreseeable future, people like Carol will have to travel to donate or give when they travel. Ryan McDonald, CTV News, Sydney.
Time now for one last break. Coming up next, your wake-up weather for Thursday. But first, here's a live look at Antigonish, where it is currently 17 degrees. Kaylin will be back to break down the morning forecast when we come back. Let's see how your Thursday is shaping up. Kaylin is back now with your wake-up weather. And Kaylin, certainly different conditions as we head into Thursday.
Yeah, well, now the morning hours are still going to be fairly clear. It should be a bright, sunny start for most of the Maritimes at the start of the day. But then as we move from the morning into the afternoon, that's when we're going to start to see the change that Stephanie just mentioned. We're going to see some cloud cover that'll be increasing for the region. We're going to have some scattered showers that'll develop for the Maritimes. And within those showers, there might be a couple of thunderstorms. The highest chance of a shower and thunderstorm for tomorrow is going to be in the province of New Brunswick, followed by western areas of Nova Scotia. But again, this type of summer weather is going to be scattered in its coverage, so it'll be a little bit hit and miss by nature. Stephanie.
Thanks, Kaylin. Finally for us tonight, Halifax Fashion Week is underway with several eye-catching events. And for this one in particular, the weather could not have been better.
This is Halifax Fashion Week 2026.
Tonight, the Amera Oval was transformed into a runway. This show celebrated Indigenous fashion and ready-to-wear designs. Halifax Fashion Week is marking its 5th anniversary. This year's theme is Rooted.
It represents the 4 or 5 rooted elements that make us who we are as a community, coming and spanning from different cultural backgrounds. Our Indigenous people, our African Nova Scotians, the immigrants that have come here and make it home, and our Scottish heritage has been on full display.
Halifax Fashion Week runs until Saturday with a special show to wrap up the week at the Lighthouse Arts Centre. And that will do it for us tonight. A reminder, if you joined us late or would like another look at any of our stories, you can always visit our website, ctvnewsatlantic.ca. It's your home for news. From all of us here tonight, thanks for watching. Have a great night, and we'll see you back here tomorrow at 11:30.